you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business, not because they...
Hey everybody, evening. It's your boy Alex here again with Choose It Alex, yeah. It's been going good. Yeah, I appreciate the love and the support from everybody. Yeah, right. You know, I really want to speak to the ladies today. Yeah, this is the ladies segment. Yeah. All the other videos we have where we speak to men and we speak to women, but this evening in particular, I'd like to speak to the ladies. Right? There's been something I'm sure has been bothering a lot of persons. Yeah? And I think that now is a better time than any to really talk about this situation now, because it's maybe one of the dark reality of women. You understand? Ladies. We're talking, right? You meet a guy, you like the guy likes you, you know. The whole courtship process is there, right? You talk to him, he speaks to you, and you date. You know, that whole process where everybody gets to know each other. And then you decide amongst yourselves if it is that you want the situation to become a relationship, right? Rather than a courtship. You understand? And once that decision is made between both parties, yeah, then it starts, right? And when I say it starts, I mean it gets a bit more in depth, it gets a bit more intimate, everything like that. You understand? So you expect that certain things are going to come into play, right? What I don't understand is, ladies, when you vie to go into a relationship with a guy, right? Remember, you know, in the initial stages of the relationship, for the most part, for most relationships, right? You always are the last person to make any decision concerning the relationship, and that is you and the person with whom you're involved. You understand? And that is how it should be, right? That is how it should be. Now, what is happening, and it automatically appears as though it is so religious now, that it is happening all over and it is causing mayhem and confusion amongst couples. I'm going to tell you what that is right now. Ladies, friends, external influences, we have a lot of names that we can call them. You understand? But there are those people, those persons that we hold dear to us, that we consider to be our friends / family and whatever, all those lovely things that we use to classify them, right? Let me tell you something. Not all the times these persons are there with you and there for you in your relationship. You understand? A lot of times jealousy, right, and envy are some of the factors that would cause these persons to want to be a part of your love life, right? And some not only want to be a part of it, they want to be in it, right? And they want to be decision makers, or they want to influence the decision making process between you and the person who you're supposed to be with. Now tell me something. How could that make sense? Yeah? Somebody who was not there from the get-go is allowed to influence your relationship, right? Whether it is by saying this or saying that or suggesting this or suggesting that. I think that a man, right, and a woman who get into a relationship, apart from the schoolboy and the schoolgirl, lovey-dovey, whatever, we're talking about men and women now. You understand? When men and women get into a relationship, I think that both parties, right, have the capacity to make whatever decisions need to be made within that relationship, right? I don't think that any external source is any better than you yourself that is in the relationship and is understanding what is happening within the relationship, right? So don't ask persons on the outside for their opinions, because they're going to give you more than their opinions. And a lot of persons give you some biased opinions, especially if you ask your male friend and him not like the man who you have talked to, right? Especially he might have a little liking for you, or him not have a liking for the man, or him just mischievous. There are those people, and it goes for females as well. You understand? With men. Yeah? So you cannot depend on people who are not. I mean, when you ask somebody for their opinions, you know, in order to get your relationship under control, right? If it is that there are certain things that are happening which is causing the relationship to crumble or fall apart, you understand? But not in such a vigorous manner where that it cannot be rectified. You understand what I say? So there and then, right? You know that you supposed to be able to fix it, right? You, we supposed to be able to fix it. You understand? You don't need any external persons, because these persons are some unscrupulous persons some of the time, and all they thrive, right? All they want to see is chaos, right? And they create mischief, and they would rather see you unhappy. You understand? We here in Jamaica, we call them, some of them, two-side cutlass, because they say something to you when you're here in front of you and it's all good and nice, and when they're outside of your periphery, it's something else that they're saying. You understand? And you have to be careful and wary of these persons, because when persons are like this, you know, you understand, the only thing that they can encourage in their own lives is chaos. You understand? Is sadness, right? All the things that you would not want to be a part of your life or your relationship. You understand? So we have to understand where we are in our relationship and how we need to deal with it. You understand? I personally believe in counselors. But let me tell you which counselors I believe in, because I have some fraudulent counselors out there, you know. Right? I'll give you an example. You say for example, you're married, right? And you go to a counselor, and you know, this person seems, you know, this person is qualified for the most part because they went to a school and they got the necessary documents and all of these things to indicate that they are qualified to speak to you and to give you advice, right? All those things, we have them packed. But we have to remember that with all of that, you know, you have a practical part to all of this, you know. You understand? And we have to ensure, say, we get the practical part of it under control, right? Meaning that you are with this counselor, right? You're a married couple, and this counselor is gonna tell you now the problems that you're experiencing, right? And all the possible solutions that you have to the problems that you're experiencing, right? And you may be sitting there with your wife, and you might not be understanding, right? And I tell you, you ask the counselor, so alright, you know, you're having a conversation, it open, and you say, so Miss Sir, how long have you been married? The worst thing you could ever hear is that I am not married. You're a marriage counselor, you know. You're not married. Alright, fine, cool, alright. In the near future, the person might get married, so we pass that part then. Then you go on further to say then, alright, sir or madam, how is it that you deal with your relationship? Huh? It sounds like a stab to the heart now when you hear the person go say, boy, currently I'm not in a relationship and I've been single for the past X amount of years. It come like it to defeat the purpose. It would appear that that person more need you counsel them and how it is to get companionship. So you get what me I say? It don't make no sense. You understand? So when you seek that type of intervention from people, yeah, you might be asking for the worst possible thing. You understand? The worst possible thing. I would suggest that you listen. You can take the advice of from persons, you know. You know, you go to a friend, a close friend, a relative, and you say, listen, I have this problem, and I want to know what you would do had it been you, or whatever. And then you get all these suggestions now, and then you look through them, right, as the person who is faced with the situation. You look through these suggestions, and you choose now which may work for you and your companion. You understand? Yes. And if you choose a particular method and it works for you, then yes, it works for you. Otherwise, it doesn't work, then you have others that you can select from and choose, and then you continue with the process, and it goes on and on and on, right? But do not allow persons to have that forefront attitude in your relationship, because it is going to prove detrimental for you and your relationship, right? It is going to cause arguments in your relationship. It is going to cause all the things that you would not want, and sometimes it is from some very minute things, right? Things that can easily between two persons be sorted out, be talked about, you come to some amicable solution. But some persons are so interdependent on other persons to solve their problems, right? That most of the times when you have problems, it doesn't matter how big or small, you get people to solve them, and then, however it is solved by the persons that intervene, it may not be the best possible way, right? But it may be satisfactory to you. You understand? And I honestly think that is not the way that we would want things to go. You understand? Because you have to remember, the mind, the people know, right? People thrive on sadness, right? People are happy when you are sad, you are in despair. You understand? It appears that we as human beings, we blossom, and we love to see others suffer. Yeah? No amount of happiness we don't want for nobody. And I don't understand why somebody would want that for anybody. You understand? So it is clear that some persons are just here on earth to make life as hard as possible for others. You understand? At any time at all you show any remnant of happiness, you can be certain that somebody is there plotting, right? And scheming and trying to find the best way to bust your gizzard and pop you down and do everything, right, to destroy you. You understand? So you have to be careful of the persons you let inside of your life as well, because just like a demon, it's going to be hard to get them out. You understand? And we all don't want that person inside our life where we would rather do without. You understand? It's a very brief one, my ladies. Yeah? And it is very straightforward and to the point. Right? Whatever issues you have to work out with your spouse, work it out. Yeah? You work it out. So at the end of the day, you guys can say, you know what? We did it. This is our milestone. Right? We are the ones that fixed our relationship. You know, I walk up and down and nobody else out the road up and boy, I me make them dead together, I me make them because them did a war there, and him nearly chop out our gizzard, and him nearly this and that, you don't want the type of excitement there. You understand? You really don't want the type of excitement and the type of attention upon you. Let it be said by you that you guys fixed your issues. You understand? The best thing that you could ever do is to fix your own problem. That means later on down, anything should arise, you guys are ready for it. Right? Head on. And you're going to take it on. Right? And you're going to, you know exactly how to approach the situation because you've been there before. Right? And you've done that before. So the confidence level that you're going in with, right, it cannot be, right, equaled. You understand? So we need our ladies, right, to adapt, right? And we need our men as well, but it is mostly the ladies, because I don't know what it is about women, right? That some women like to take sus. Yes, we call it sus here in Jamaica. Sus. Hearsay. Right? And when time you check it out as the man, the hearsay come from Egypt, Jerusalem, Botswana, some places, some distances, some people talk some stuff about you where them don't even know you. Right? And then you wonder to yourself, say, is it me and the whole community in this relationship, or me and this person? Because to you now, it appears that your spouse is under the influence of so many persons. You have so many people to fight, right? It's almost like it's unbearable. You can't even do it. And it gets overbearing, yes, and it gets overbearing for both. You understand? A man in a relationship with a woman and him ears can't eat grass. Because every day the woman get up, my friend tell me this and my friend tell me that and my auntie said this and my auntie said that. I don't know. It coming like all angles. Every direction you turn is an issue. You understand? And it no fear. It no fear for either party. Because it is going to be work and time wasted that could have been invested in the relationship. Right? And we don't want that. It don't make no sense. That's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribers, thanks again. Please